to someone else, I want you to scan that body from the top of his head all the way down the body. And I want you to let me know of any areas of pain or discomfort, any anger or anxiety, or any dense energy that should not be there.
Shiantalia Quampulia Cantale. Yasiantaya Quanta Shiantea la Quantia Contu.
Hello.
Shiantale Quantu Quataya Cantaya Shanti.
And as you send those tones through, can you confirm they're cleaning his energy?
Yantalia kunkukia tatalia shiantaya. Yatia tukukua canta la canta. Sianteli la quiantukua campalia cantaya. La shiantelia quantas la quiantulia. La quiantelia la quampucua tantalia shiantalia. La siantelis la quiantaya. La quantulia puncutu quantalia shianteli. Ciantes la quiante. Why are there so many here today? Hmm. Chiantalia, Quampucua tali, la cantes, la chianteri, la chiantulia cantare. Yes, we are here.
Hello.
Yes,
It is good to speak with you again.
yes, it is good to speak with you.
What
We have
message?
been waiting for this moment, for the right moment, for the moment to begin.
What message do you have for us today?
Ah, yes, yes, we are all here. We are all here to speak to you today, and we have many things to say that will come over the course of this session. And this is what we have all agreed to do at this moment. And we are glad to be here in this moment with you today.
I am also glad, very glad. Thank you for coming
Yes.
forwards to speak.
Shiantari. Yes. Shiantukia Tanta. Mm. Siantaslia la quampuku la canteria, la siantaya, la shutu kuntali, la chiantalia sianteri, la quampa, la shiantala quantala quante. We are here to be of assistance to you and to all of you here in this reality.
Thank you. What is it that we need to know this now
Mm,
moment?
You, you have all that you need to know within inside you. It was placed there long before you came to this reality. All has all they require inside their vessel. And the moment he is approaching, when all that is required within these vessels will be shown and be able to access for you. This is the moment where you will be able to see and understand what you are and why you are here in this reality. You, along with many others, are here to effect a change upon this plane, and this plane will be changed with the codes and the gifts and the knowledge that you already have inside of you. Shiantas lakiantulia quampare, sayantaya. We are here with you, and you are here with us, and we are all one together, split amongst various mm, situations and places within yourselves and within ourselves. We are we are all one. Yes.
What advice could you give us for these times that we are in on planet Earth right now?
Mm. You are here at exactly the moment you are meant to be here. There is no other way that this could be possible. So you are entering a new phase, a new octave of existence within this reality. You like a flower, like a plant, seed. You grow out into the reality. You are ever growing and expanding your energy fields into the story of this reality as creators and co-creators of the reality. This is why you hear so many people talk about the importance that you create your own reality. This is the way it is. And now you, as creators of the all, you are now here inside the creation that you created. And you will now expand and you will begin to take back control of the creation. You do not remember that you created the creation. Yet you will remember, and you are beginning to remember. This one remembers, he is beginning to see, and more importantly, he is beginning to feel. These are the days of feeling. Mind is where you have been. Feeling is where you are and where you are going to. You feel and then you respond. La kwampuku atanteri se shanteya.
Tell me how this will occur, how people will transition from beings that have been thinking about things and using the mind into beings that feel with the heart.
Yes, there are many different ways, and it happens all individually based on soul decisions and life path stories that have been created. However, however, there are ways that this can happen with events that play out in the reality. You know them as love, joy, and for this one, trauma was chosen to awake certain aspects. So when you feel so deeply, this begins to awaken the the memories within inside the vessel. Not everyone chooses this way, but this way was chosen by Sila Chiantari, other aspects. So he begins to feel all things. Um, Language is a poor substitute for the feelings that are created by the language. So, for example, if you begin to close your eyes now for me, Laura, I will now place a feeling inside your vessel. Are you ready?
Yes,
Yes. Okay. I will begin. She. Yeah. Waliatalialie. Shananie. Nya. Wani. Yeah. Shaniataliale. You feel? You feel?
I feel joy.
Yes, so there's the language not so important, the feeling more important. And as
Yes,
time goes on, language will begin to disappear and be replaced by feeling. And for many, the ancient tongue, like this one, speaks. It contains frequency and feeling. within inside the words, and words make worlds, and that is exactly what we shall do.
Beautiful. There are many people at the moment talking about the ancient prophecies of another planet entering our solar system that we, many of us, are not aware of. It is often referred to as Planet X. What can you tell us about that?
Ooh, so in the creation story, there are many elements to represent the energies that exist within the story and the creation, and the passage of what we would call time is measured by many, many things. For this reality is like a time piece in itself, and this planet that you and many speak of is like an extra clock that joins in with this clock, like it is what you know as two clocks integrating with each other, like two systems, but it is one system, but your passage of time and the lack of access to memory makes this forgotten. So this arrival, this sighting, this emergence of the planet is a sign. It is the sign that the change is upon us. So this, when it begins to appear for the majority of people, this will be an undeniable sign that the change is here and it is coming to the world.
And what part does that planet play in all of this, in the ascension of Earth?
Yes, so the planet is a precursor to the wave, and the wave of electromagnetic energy created by this planet in the right situation. So this reality has, how I say, this has been shut off from the grand cycle for a very long time. But now, thanks to many things, including the people that inhabit this reality now who have chosen, this cycle will become complete. This planet will come in as it is doing into the system, and the electromagnetics of this situation will create the wave, and the source energy from Creator Prime in alignment with this situation and the electromagnetic changes would create the right conditions for this planetary body and all who wish to ascend into the higher frequencies of creation. It is all one movement. Nothing is separate. Everything is one thing being and one thing working together at the same time. All will witness this differently. However, this planet and this system that you speak of is known. It has been known for many, many different cultures on this reality, and it will come to be known in this one as well.
Why is it that this has been hidden from the collective? Why don't they want us to know about this particular planet?
Yes, it is pieces of puzzles. All pieces of puzzles have to be separated, so the people cannot put the puzzle together. There are many things that talk about this information in your history, but as we have said before, this reality is it has like a filter put on top of it. What you see is not really what is there in front of you. You can only see a very small amount of the true reality. Therefore, these things that are hidden, they seem even more confusing because there is no context to what can be seen. You know you are surrounded at all times by beings that have your best interest at heart. And then there are also the energies and the beings that sometimes you create yourself with your powerful minds that have been distorted, for want of a better word. So there are many things going on, and as time moves on, you will be able to see more. These things, these images in the sky, these events, they have always been here. You know this, but because of the frequency you have been at, you have not been able to see them. You've not been to enter the space where you can observe what is already there. But we have always been here with you, and you have always been there with us. You have took a small part of yourselves and you have placed it into this reality. You, you have done this so you can effect change within this reality in the only way that was possible to do it. And Source Creator, when Source made the decision that this world, this reality would return to how it was via the great cycle, then there were a number of things that needed to be done. All the beings of all the worlds and all the universes had to come together to make this possible. For this reality was in a very, very peculiar and sticky place from what had happened. But all things happen at once, so time can also be very, very confusing outside of this realm, which is largely why we are also in the realm as well as outside.
How is it that Earth became in such a bad way? What occurred?
Yes, it was a combination of factors that caused this to happen, but ultimately you could see it that humanity has always tried to strive to evolve back to where it came from, using the memories of its past lives and this reality. This it was the same, but different. You had full access to all the different realities, and you knew who you were. But something very, very bad happened in a future, a past now moment that fractalized you. You are part of the mind of the Supreme Creator. You are in the mind of the Supreme Creator now. This universe is what you would call a mental universe. It is the dream of the Creator. But inside that dream, certain things happened that caused this reality to collapse in on itself, and many soul fragments remained in this reality for a very long time. So, if you will, I want you to imagine that you are a being that lives outside of space time, and in order to interact with this reality, you place a small part of yourself inside it. You are still there, but you are here at the same time. When the the calamities, the disasters begun to happen, some of you up here, you had your fragments inside this reality, and they have been here for a very, very long time. Round and round and round and round and round and round. And to the point that the little fragments inside this reality completely forgot that they are connected to the whole. So this grand calamity, um, this is destroyed many versions of what is trying to be created down here. More recently than most can imagine, because once again, time is an extremely strange thing. But ultimately, humans helped to cause the calamity. They were also coerced by other energies that did not have humanity's best interest at heart. And these energies are the ones that have been hiding in this reality. Now, the truth that they just do this like this quick. But down here, it seems like it's been going on for a very, very long time, for too long. So Source Creator made the decision that this would no longer play out, and we would regain access to our full souls across the dimensions, and we would free people trapped within this closed reality where their soul fragments had been lost.
How is it that we forgot that we were part of something bigger? How did that occur?
Yes, it is actually quite easy to explain. Um, so, if you understand music, I want you to imagine a keyboard, yes? And you
Yes.
have keys left to right. All the keys, the white and black, they all make up the various frequencies and dimensions within the universe. So you are aware that you are the full keyboard and you are the player of realities, and you can move anywhere within this keyboard. Well, within each section, within each key, you have a life and you have knowledge within that life. The further into the higher octaves, you have the higher densities and the realities where I am speaking to you from now. I am speaking to you from the higher end of the keyboard, where the notes are higher and they have a higher frequency and a quicker speed. So the situation was humanity was cut off from all of the keyboard apart from a very small section down at the bottom, and then this section of the keyboard was tuned out of the rest. So this is why humanity cannot remember all of the memories, all of the other lives. They still here now. You are living them, but they live in the other side of the keyboard. As soon as you begin to access them, you will remember, like some of you do now. That is as simple as it is. However, it is a little tricky. So if you imagine that you have been in this bottom section for a very long time, okay. If we were just to open up full access to the keyboard now, to the rest of rest of this reality, this would be a very traumatic experience. So we have had to do this step by step, piece by piece. We have had to gradually raise the frequency of this reality because it causes the trauma within the body has to be removed for us to push the light into the body with the memory. This could not all be done at once. This would be too much for the human vessel to handle. So this is why it seems to take a very long time, but I assure you that the boat is most definitely moving, and the boat is moving in the direction of complete liberation for all humanity, who chooses it, who chooses that on their path.
How is it that we got cut off from the rest of the keyboard? How did that occur?
Yes, there was a grid that was connected into the whole of the rest of the universe, and it is as simple as walking through a door. However, I feel I need to explain this with more clarity and more detail. So you are the portals. Yes?
Yes.
This outside reality is a reflection of what is inside you and what is inside humanity as a collective consciousness. So when the collective consciousness was affected, it basically controls what you can see as this reality. So you know that people who channel the higher dimensions, they can see other aspects that others cannot see. This is how it is for all beings. All beings should be like this. But there was a great calamity where humanity fell and it was tricked and it fell into these animal delusion. But all of this is a filter, you know. It's a filter. You are literally living out this reality through a filter of limitation. But the limitation on humanity that was placed on it to stop it pushing through and reaching the rest of the musical reality, the keyboard, that limiter has and is being removed, but it has to happen in everybody's own time because it it is the whole energy of the universe that is within inside you. You are beings of immense power, and you have been manipulated by what we would magicians, dark magicians, who some come from source who have been influenced by what we would call soulless beings, energy of static, who come from another dimensions, and they have influenced this reality from behind closed doors in shadows. They whisper into the minds of the human. They say, and over time, the humans have been convinced that this is their own mind, and humans create their own reality. So, because the human thinks that their own mind is poisoned, they create poisoned realities for themselves. So, it is very tricky. The only way that this reality has been accessed is by whisperers from outside it, the parasitical elements, or what we would sometimes call the background noises. Um, there are many elements to the situation, but ultimately humanity was whispered into creating its own downfall.
So, how do we correct that? How do we get rid of those whisperers? What do we need to do?
Yes, we are doing it now. It is done. It is done, and we are now playing this out, you see. humanity can only become aware of the whisperers when it is aware of itself. Man must know itself. Man must know that it is part of the whole being of the one. And these whisperers, with meditation and sound work, but this is not enough for this problem. So many things had to occur. We had to create a different narrative and a different story on this reality to gradually pull people out or give people's souls the opportunity for them to reconnect in. Now, on the surface, it would seem that this reality is becoming what you would call more negative, but this reality has to collapse before the new one can emerge. And the new reality that will emerge is already here. It is being built. It is being built by all of you. When you sleep at night, you work on this new reality together. It is like you are building yourselves a surprise, a present, and then you will open that present when the time is right.
So beautiful. And so you mentioned earlier that those of us that choose to go to the higher frequencies will have the opportunity to do so. So we will be able to access that higher part of the keyboard that we previously were denied access to. Tell me how that will work.
Yes, it will happen with the events that are happening, as you discussed with these systems coming in. You know, these are new energies that are coming into realities. But mostly, and this is what I really want to make important point. It all comes from inside you. Inside you is the reflection of the outside. Now, every time you look outside to the reality that you have created for answers, you will not find the answer there in the reality that you've created. The answer is inside. So, the more you work on yourself and the more you raise your vibrations, the more your outside reality changes. Instead of looking to the outside reality and saying, what do I need to change that reality? The answer is what you are experiencing right now has been created by your vibration inside you. So the more you work on your vibration, the more you change your outside reality. And this begins to affect others. It has um, a knock-on strange for me, an effect that moves through like a domino. It moves. So you have to work on yourself. The answers are not outside. The collective consciousness, when it reaches a certain level, will display a magnificent projection of the outside. But I have to stress, it is all about you. There are many beings on this planet, many, many who think they are doing good work, and they truly believe that they are doing good work, but they may also be draining your energy. They are saying things that you want to hear, but the only things you need to concentrate on is peace within your own vessel. And this comes to all peoples in all different ways. You know, the peace that you find, the answers are in that. And the answer often doesn't come with language. The answer comes with feeling. You are now moving into the realms of feeling. And the more you be able to Feel instead of ignore, instead of use your mind. I tell you something very important, yes. If you want to let this mind that has been running the show for so long, we are in the mind of the universe, then the mind is important. It is part of you. You cannot operate without the mind in this reality. So you need to now ask the mind to work for you instead of against you. And every time you feel into your body and you feel every part of it, the mind falls into line. The mind cannot run havoc when you are focusing on your body. And your body is your vessel in this reality. Your body is more important than anyone has let you know. Your body will help your mind, and they will work together to give you the feeling of contentment, love, and joy, but a true feeling, not a fake feeling that has been filled up with temporary attachments and, you know, looking into the outside world to give you your enjoyment.
Yes. So if we work on what we hold inside,
Yes,
and if we raise our consciousness as a collective,
yes,
the reality in which we live in will reflect that. And that
yes.
is when we will see the new earth.
It is that simple. And when you collectively reach the point where the majority or the it is a little tricky. So the majority, we often talk about the majority frequency going to a certain level. Well, there are beings now in this reality, so much light inside them. They can act like thousands of beings. So this was part of the plan in order to help humanity out of this situation. So there is a level. The level has been reached. The level is there. This is happening. This boat is moving. There is no stopping what is happening right now. We are now on the path where humanity becomes free. But this is not going to happen straight away. There has to be a story that has to play out because we are creators and we make words into worlds and we make worlds from worlds. And this is why this place was created. So we have to do exactly the same thing. We just can't suddenly flip the switch. It would be, we can't skip the chapters in the book and read the end of the book. We have to read until the end.
Yes, I understand. And what will happen to those ones that have been whispering into humanity's ears and causing us to stay closed off in this lower frequency? What will happen to those when the frequency of humanity begins to rise?
Yes, there are different levels to this as well. So some of these things that we see in the outside reality, these are shadow projections from ourselves, from our traumas that have been created by humanity. So some of them will cease to exist. There are also other elements that have been interfering. They will not be able to exist in the new frequencies. This is already begun to happen in many ways. Some of these beings that were here, they cannot exist in this frequency because it has now reached such a high level. So this is why the old narrators have losing grip of the story. This is why this world becomes chaos because it is collapsing the old narratives. So some will be removed from this reality and go to live their own paths. Some will return to source. Some have been playing a part in this journey knowingly that while they may appear to be a negative, what they have been doing is actually been benefiting the all. And that is the story. This story to get us out of this requires so many different moving parts that Only Source Prime Creator could come up with such an incredible way of doing this. And as you know, we are all Source. So Source Prime Creator flows through all of us to make this plan and to make this happen.
Yes. And when we move into this higher vibration, this higher part of the keyboard, what can humanity expect?
Yes. So it is almost indescribable using words because you are moving into the realm of feeling of things that you know as telepathy, and you will this is a world of bliss. You will create your own realities. Laura, you want to live in a tree, you will live in a tree. You know, Mike may live in a tree, but to be honest, he likes to fly. So everyone will be able to create their own pocket of reality within the universe and within the infinite plane of reality, just how you used to, and you will benefit each other. It is indescribable. You have a good imagination, but the imagination cannot begin to comprehend what is coming. What is coming is what is coming is incredible. What is coming is beyond imagination. Um, it is a magic. It is a magic that this whole this everything is magic, but what is coming in is will be beyond language, beyond breathtaking. It is you may have heard this is it is never been done before. What is happening now is new. It is brand new. It has never been done before. There are experiments all across the universe, and life creates life, life seeds life, but what is happening here is new. And it is new because of the unique situation of the situation that Earth found itself in. So the only way to get it out is to create something new to do that with. So this is exciting, not just for for you. It is exciting for all beings who are connected